Hello, this is Jerry Ruas, and I'm a Senior Digital Consultant with MRA Services. I'm at the ANA Digital and Social Media Conference at the St. Regis Hotel in Dana Point, California, and I've just come back from the keynote speaker and wanted to share a couple thoughts. A really exciting conference. It's sold out, and the keynote speaker was Bonin Bao, who's the VP of Global Media at Mondelez. He had some fantastic points to share, and I think it's really just an indication of what a great conference this is going to be. So, Bonin talked about doing things differently. He used a really interesting term, hackonomy, which I have a feeling he's coined. And the term is really about breaking things down to do things differently, thinking about how hackers break things apart, not in a negative way, but hacking to take things apart and do them differently. He said in his experience, you'd see people come out of business school and do things exactly the same way to sort of get to climb the ladder. But now, he's seeing and thinking about the way companies that are succeeding, the entrepreneurial companies like Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest, that their valuation is growing so much more quickly than a lot of existing companies, and really trying to get to the core of why that is. To that end, they're doing things a little bit differently at Mondelez. They're empowering their teams to become entrepreneurs. They're asking their people to team up with startup companies and go and sit with them and start to think about how they operate. And interestingly, Mondelez is starting to create their own products, their own brands, their own technologies, and sell those. So not just a snack company anymore. But Bonin talked about the way organizations are going to need to look at things differently. And I think we at MRE talk about this a lot as well, is how do you operationalize things to make them not only cost effective, but to make the process work. And I think some of the examples that Bonin gave were fantastic, because he talked about with one campaign needing to create 22 short videos in a day, 7 days a week. That means they really need to look at how they produce content and how that can be done differently. And he shared some examples by Tongle and TubeMogul and some other companies as well. He shared fantastic case studies, not just about the Oreo Super Bowl case that we all know so well, but about Nilla wafers, about some of the great content and insights that came out of that, but about trending tweets, a campaign that he did for Trident on Fuse Network, and then about at South by Southwest. And if you were there, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. But the 3D printing of cookies, the mass customization of your own Oreo cookie with two different kinds of flavor outside, different colors and different patterns on the inside. And he said people waited online for 2 hours to be able to make their own cookies. But it's just about that type of innovation, about thinking differently, not just about sampling was another great example he gave about how his team is thinking about sampling differently, not just handing out a cookie, but handing out a cookie and then asking people what they really think about it. So as Bonin spoke about Mondelez and the way they're doing things differently, he was really challenging us. And I think, it didn't say the question, but I think over the next couple of days we'll really be thinking about that. How do we produce content? How do we align our content with TV? If we're watching TV, we're on our phones. So many of us are using our mobile devices. So how are we aligning our campaigns for across screens? And how are we buying media so that we're doing real-time marketing and real-time media buys? So very excited about the next couple days. Hope you'll follow us at MRA_insights on Twitter. Again, MRA_insights on Twitter. And we look forward to hearing your thoughts.